Since the 3 months we have been witnessing the political struggle at the 55th legislature, we believe that such act that is currently going at the legislature has the capacity to back our country into chaos and even weaken the political standing of our international community. So we have come today to speak to the legislative impasse at the 55th legislature. Since time has fast spent to make me now to reduce my heart and turn over to my brother who will introduce the chairperson for the concerned civil society organization of Liberia.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first use the time to officially welcome you guys here today. Like he said, we have some things that is in the public space, which of course as a concerned civil society organization, we thought we would come up with a decision statement on this. Once again, for on behalf of the Liberia integrity, we ask that you all who is doing us as we dive through this press release. So I think we will not turn over to our colleague that he can go along with it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we say welcome to everyone and those of us watching in radio link and online platform. The civil society organizations, or concerned civil society organizations like we calls on the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia and international partners to intervene swiftly into the ongoing legislative impasse at the halls of the legislature by calling for an official dialogue between the pro-COFA and the anti-COFA bloc. We want President Waka to attend the dialogue to find a solution to the crisis. Fellow citizens, our brothers and sisters in Liberia, progressive media institutions, brothers and sisters who are fighting for the redemption and transformation of our backward society, the poor workers who are victims of exploitation and salary delay, minimum wages, we bring you greetings from the concerned civil society organizations of Liberia. As we reflect on the importance of our democracy and good governance in Liberia, we are compelled to address the ongoing concerns surrounding the current political issues within the House of Representatives. It is crucial that we prioritize peaceful dialogue and conscious building during this challenging time. Liberia has a rich history of resilience and determination, yet the recent political tension have raised concern among citizens about the health of our democratic institutions. The controversy surrounding the election of the new speaker has sparked debates, division that threaten to undermine the progress we have made since the end of the Civil War. We believe that promoting peace, a peaceful democracy is essential not only for the stability of our government, but also for the development of our society. It is imperative that all stakeholders, including lawmakers, political leaders, and citizens, engage in a constructive dialogue to resolve differences. This approach reinforces the core value of respect, understanding, and unity that are vital for our nation's future. One of the capital responsibilities of civil society organizations or actors is to serve as a wisdom of our democracy. It is against this backdrop we have come as civil society actors to speak to the ongoing legislative impasse, legislature, and not to target or silence, because being silenced in time like this is dangerous and has the propensity to undermine our democratic gains and people of the country. After 3 months of what we have turned as political and power-based struggle at the legislature for self-enrichment over the removal of the speaker, we are posed to call on the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia and our international partners to swiftly intervene into the matter by calling pro-COFA leaders and anti-COFA bloc, including the executive dialogue, as to come to a one understanding to remedy the power struggle at the 55th legislature. With this, the various civil society actors have signed this document, thought it prudent enough to call upon our international partners to swiftly step in, because we don't want to see our hard-earned peace that we fought for to be mortgaged. We believe that there is a constitutional provision that speaks clearly for the removal of the Speaker specifically Article 49 of the 1986 revised Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. We want to abolish those lawmakers who are calling for the removal of the Speaker to do it in line with the Liberian Constitution, not through an unorthodox means. We want to call on and categorically state here that we will only be respected as people in the country and the commitment of our nation if we uphold the democratic things that bind us together. We should be aware that Liberia is only our common denominator. This is our only country that we cannot be deported from, regardless of what we are. So at all times, we must always exhibit patriotism. The rule of law should always be used as panacea to sustain the peace and development. And attempt to prevent from the rule of law, we will definitely be plunging our country into a state of anarchy. We are here, or we believe that what is currently ongoing at the legislature is counterproductive to our democracy. It is not in the confines of the Liberian Constitution. We are calling on the government through President Joseph Baga to take seize of the situation before it goes off. The burning down of the Capitol building is not only an act of arrest, but it threatens the existence of the state and legitimacy of those who govern it. This is how Liberia was dragged for 14 years of the global civil crisis. There have been a series of calls by world-leading Liberians asking the government through the executive to exert efforts to intervene in the legislative impasse at the cost of legislature in line with the rule of law. As international partners or representatives of Liberia, we will be serving you officially a communication, kindly request and ordering with you as change makers and civil society organizations to have a discussion with you swiftly to intervene in the ongoing speakership crisis at the 55th legislature in the days to come. With this, we want to pin down a few concerns of the Liberian people according to our survey conducted. Here are the concerns listed below for Liberians. Number one, we are calling on the executive to call for claim between the two opposing groups so they can go back to status quo for the sake of our democracy and the peace of our country. Point number two, the recent decision by the executive to intervene to invite the Speaker at his residence to resign without calling for dialogue so as to listen to the two parties to explain their side and find a workable solution to the crisis. We believe that this was not the way forward for our country. With this claims, we as civil society heads across the country and leaders of the next generation, we thought it was to reach out to you as international partners. This is a complaint that we have observed as civil society actors. We are using this means to call the attention of our international partners. The civil society actors and institutions have a recommendation and remedy for this whole process. Number one, the civil society actors is calling for an open dialogue to create a platform for open discussion where various opinions can be expressed without fear or retribution. This will foster an environment of respect and understanding. Claims number two, encourage collaboration with political parties, factors to work towards a solution that share the best interests of the Liberian people. Unity is a key to overcoming challenges. Claims number three, or recommendation for remedy number three, we have civil engagement. Empower citizens to participate actively in the democratic process, ensuring that voices are heard and valued. Civil engagement strengthens democratic foundation. Commitment to peace. We affirm our collective commitment to peaceful resolution, avoiding rhetoric or action that incite violence or arrest. As we are strive for peaceful and prosperous Liberia, let us remember that democracy thrives when we engage with one another thoughtfully and respectfully. We call upon our leaders to exemplify these principles and work together in a spirit of collaboration. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our brothers and sisters, and well-meaning Liberians in Britain, and whatsoever, we are calling on you to join us in whatever means as we call on our international partners to arrange a dialogue between our two opposing groups. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, these are claims that have been made by Liberian people. And as we draw to the State of the Nation address, our civil society partners and civil society heads, we are calling on our national government that this impasse by the cause of legislation, by the 55th legislature, should be handled before the State of the Nation address. A serious other country like Liberia cannot have two speakers. Liberians people elected representatives to go and work for them and represent them at the 55th legislature. Or where we are seeing our country heading, we thought it was releasing the press statement to call the attention of the executive and all well-meaning institutions, ministries, agencies responsible for this to be resolved. And most importantly, we are calling on our international partners, the U.S. Embassy here in Liberia, the Swedish Embassy, the European Union, African Union, ECOWAS, and all the international partners of Liberia. We thought it was calling you guys attention to this impasse and the 55th legislation. I will hold on and take or entertain questions and answer as we proceed with those questions.
Thank you to the chairman. Thank you you guys. Just for your name, your institution you represent, and then you ask the question based upon love there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Achi Boa, and I work for Liberia Television. There are few concerns as it relates to press statement. One has to talk about to do with the term interval. Many may say the request at the capital building at the finishing stage, and now seeing civil society organizations stepping in. Some may think that it's based on sentiment from the fact that you've been the same for a couple of for 2 months now. Now you speak, you found a signal of being biased in the fight. And secondly, the capital building issue, calling on the U.S. Embassy, the government to FNMC President Joseph intervene. Have you also been informed that the Supreme Court ruling was, in the manner of the executive was, made clear upon that the Chief Justice to the executive, the executive, have recognized the majority bloc decision as a legitimate body? How do you reconcile with the action of the executive and the time interval?
Yeah, let me address the question I have to when I have to do how can we reconcile the executive, the ruling from the Supreme Court and the executive. You know, Liberia is a democratic republic and every serious democratic state have to follow the rule of law. The rule of law should be a panacea for sustainable peace in the world. The recent legislative impact on 55th legislature cannot be based on political expediency. Political expediency should not become a constitutional problem. That's the mistake. Political expediency should not become a constitutional problem. Kufa was seen as a legitimate speaker at 55th legislature. Those guys who are calling for the removal of Speaker Kufa is directly do so. But they should do so in the confront of the law, as it was for the now. But very clear. It's been to tell Nigerians from the 3 days for the now to remove the speaker. So we cannot look at moments. We cannot look at moments to override independent legitimacy. Moments to not override legitimacy. So it's not a matter of being simple. We have been raising these issues. For the past 3 months, we as society heads of various issues have been raising issues to call the national government to the executive, to call the anti-Kufa and blocks and pro-Kufa zealots to adapt the self-government regulatory situations. But they have not been paying heed. This is the reason for which we are converging today to have a press conference to address the international partners in our government and the people of the world.
I'm Augustine from DN News Liberia. Many Liberians are concerned about political alignment at this time, speaking to these issues. Liberians may say that you guys are being used by politicians that have self-interest in the fight of the removal of the speaker. What's your own side in this whole fight? Do you have any political alignment? Were you used by any politician to speak out?
Okay, so let me respond to it. Just to answer the question, the concerns raised by the organization that we are debating more clear comprises of close to 10 CS of the CD. CD my integrity. We speak nothing but the truth. We don't calculate the truth. The issue of being biased and what I've been accused of CD, we are playing a neutral role. Not for, not against. We only support the constitution because what happened now is that if we were looking at our system, especially our justice system, I used to tell you our justice system in that only cares flags and that is instrument. But this time around, as our collaboration or concerned organization come together, we will do everything we can to make sure that the justice system will get the peace and not the flag. That's why we are very much neutral. We are for the constitution and we are supporting the constitution of the policy. That's why I can show you.
Okay, my name is Simon Kanga. I work for GBT and PCF and Habe. So let me thank you for the initiative. Like the media and the civil society organizations, we are getting a lot on some of these things. Like patriotism is something that we expect national government to do. What we understand, some of this press conference, landing on the national issue. And lastly, we talk about concerned civil society organizations. So it shows that we have an organization for more than one. So you get to name some of the organizations that are part of the concerned organization.
Yeah, so like I said, that's a concern we have. We work with other people, or some of them are represented here, and then we work with other CSOs. So maybe I want to be precise with those back there, show that that's a list for, or there's a conglomeration of CSO and CEO coming together for one program. Because, to be frank, everybody is feeling the true line because of what is happening within the country.
So maybe we want to read the news, we want to get the institution, like someone will say concern, anyone will come from the outside is a concern.
Okay, I want to.
Okay, the days of civil society organizations are drawn themselves in this fight, legally in our constitution. We have the legs of the Youth Congress International Liberia. We have the Nigerian School of Leadership. We have Lead by Integrity. We have the West Africa Youth Development Agency. And then we have so many institutions that, as people of the media, they are going to give you and release them so the public can see them. But then, to the issue of what our brothers say, the students' question that they use, we have not been bound by any political actors. We are in this process to guard and protect our constitution because we cannot protect self-interest. We are doing this for the betterment of Liberia, we are not doing this for the betterment of anybody. But we are doing this so that at least our law never will be checkmate and be brought to book so that they can follow and go by what the constitution says. If you want to remove the speaker, our constitution and our rule of Liberia is clear. Why cannot you go back and deal with what our constitution says? So with this, for the past few months, we have a series of crises as because of legislation. So we are using the medium to call on the press, to call on well-meaning institutions and other actors as we fight this crisis in our democracy to make sure that our rule of law are respected and those of whom are responsible to take the right and proper channel and not just go one and then do outside of the constitution. But we are young people who believe that our rules and the constitution of Liberia should be guarded and protected under the law, and then go according to what the cause of representative rule says. So this claim, we are clear and we are speaking in line with our constitution.
That buffer of concern, what will be the next action following the State of Nation address?
Okay, our next action, as of today, we are going to kickstart our board game. As we reach out to international partners and use the media, we hope that it keep following the process as we engage with international partners. We want this issue to be resolved within the State of the Nation. Because we now have two speakers residing in the State of the Nation, where in our constitution says we should have only one speaker residing at the State of the Nation address in consultation with the President. So now, at the cost of legislation, we see that we have two speakers. So we want our international partners to come. If the majority black or whosoever want to remove the speaker, let them go with what we call the Constitution, what the law says. If the law says this should be removed by 10 votes or 10 members of the cause or whatever, our civil society organization, we are not interplaying with this process. We are going to be clear in the law of our country should be respected. Let them do it legitimately and let the law take their course.
So I mean, a bit from what I'm trying to capture from your expose is that the executive will take their decision and talk about the issue for the fact that they have been working now with one side of the coin, the majority group, because the executive have been working with them. So now you wanted to retake their decision and to talk about the issue. That's the point.
Now, let me share a question for our press briefing. We're not for or against. We are in line with our Constitution and what the Constitution says. If there have been speculation or there have been claims that the cause of representatives have been protected or supported by the executive, we want this to be proven by our Constitution. Let them go by the Constitution. If the Constitution goes in favor of any of them, the law should take the book and our rules and Constitution of our God should be respected. We are young leaders and we believe in professional standards, we believe in transparency, and we believe in what our rules say. No, any country without law, without the Constitution of government, that country definitely become a lawless place.
Lastly, from my end, like my colleagues will say, you see, they keep asking the question that even for us, the media, will reach a rate when you try to analyze things critically. So people will feel that we are sad, even though we are pushing for the Constitution. Now, all these things, are you cognizant of the fact that the national budget 2025 has passed? Now, how do you let the comment on the passage of the budget?
Yeah, it's a very brilliant question. That's why we are calling on the national partners to swiftly do the The passing of the budget of the fiscal year budget. Why we should have been part of the believe that it was not done properly. Look, numerical security should not oversee constitutional order of constitutional republic. The majority of black, they didn't believe it for the land. We shouldn't compromise the constitution, it's clear there. You understand? We shouldn't compromise the constitution. If you want to remove the speaker, I accept you first day, you should get 49 of the 73 to remove the speaker. But the executive fees that the majority of black have officially not, then why the minority black? So for that reason, they use the majority black, the majority black, the pass black, the budget. There's nothing they reverse, nothing exists constitution government abroad that tell one minority, the majority black. No, there's no provision that says, awaiting the call any provision that mention within the constitution that mention of a minority black and majority black.
And
So we are calling on the government, we are calling on the government to follow the rule of law. As I said previously, during my exposition, the use of law to serve as a panacea for sustainable peace.
With your quest, this still brought the attention of many Liberians about your underground support by maybe your politicians. Your statement still bring a concern about who is supporting you, why is the party supporting you, what is the aim of this stuff.
I think we don't want to go back and forth with this, but our answer is, we said this is a commemoration of the CSO, the CBO. Taking into consideration how for exactly institution we don't talk about that. I'll be very clear. Therefore, when everything we do here, we're using our people as concerned and particularly citizens of the republic to allow us to tell them. There's nobody. We are for there's no lawmaker or legal. We do ourselves. All of the small CSO and CBO come together and then we start to support the process. We're going to fight with every friend. We shouldn't see this as a culture where people stop it. So you can be bound with that consistent. What you tell all the young people are coming up. So what we don't mind that people will set as really young people will be welcome. So if we do this, it will be like a culture. Let us know the moon is speak up, the next person can. The simple can't give it up, the moon is what the big man will say. And what we say, so we want to put us into this culture here. that it should be this. Not the other organizations, we have to set the vision about coming together. So nobody should take that we take the look as for the targeted institution and other institutions here. We are doing this on our own effort. Yeah.
So why you just said it was based upon the spiritual saga that brought about the burning down the capital building. Right? It's an answer. The capital building is an expression of our democracy, it's an emblematic expression of our democracy, a symbol of the body representation of our democracy. So the burning down of the capital building, it does not only threaten the existence of the state, but it also threatens the legitimacy of those who work in the state. That's what I'm saying. So who knows that our country may be plunged? These are what remind you our peace that we have in this place of fragile peace. We fought for this harmony peace. So that's why we are progressing today as head of civil society organization, calling on the community and the government to start to have the background to find amicable solutions to the ongoing legislative impact.
So taking two more things out of
Thank you. My name is Amadou Abednego, and I was for my concern with the impact that the model led to the breakdown of the joint chamber in all parts of the capital building. And then the chair always be the finale House of Senate allocated 1.8 million as an institution with the integrity. I think the allocation of that.
Okay,
Without proper investigation, we've gone to the cause of the fire, we filed an assessment and made the cause of the damage.
Okay. You just said it. When the capital building was burned, the government allocated 1.8 billion that in the national priority. Look at the current economy. Our economy is standstill. Our people still languishing in the pools of destitution. Our people can still find a way on. We expected the government to be very much responsible, to see our best to conduct an investigation as to what led to the burning of the capital building before the government will allocate 1.8 million. So it was supposed to be based upon the recommendation of the funds before the executive act. For the allocation of the 1.8 million that the government did, to me, it was not called for, it was not necessary. It's an affront to the common people.
Yes, so my name is Max and I will go from Fox Radio and Fox TV. According to in the introduction, you said this issue has been around over 3 months. So I want to know, what are you intervening now?
We are, as I said previously, we are calling on the international community. We call on the U.S. Embassy and the international community. We call on the two opposing blocs, the majority blacks, the minority black, including the person that have a dialogue.
So my question is,
see how best to find solution to the problem.
why you have the right to reach to this stage to calling on the national community?
We have been raising alarms. We have been raising serious alarms to the problem. But it seems that our alarm that we've been raising, we're now falling on such So that's the reason for which we have come today to have our press conference to call the government international partners, the U.S. Embassy in and one of relevant authorities to see how best to find solution to the problem. Because Liberia is our only common denominator. This is a country for which we have to be voted for.
Okay, so we call this the so gentlemen, let me say thanks for coming. Let me say thanks for participating in the press program.
This is Augustine, and we've been DN News Liberia, coming live from DD by Integrity Health in Lower Mai Gibi. Thanks for watching. Keep